What up? It's your boy. I'm back. Like a little online rank game going on. Tar Heels, baby. Let's go. Matt P227. I'm wrong with the Celtics against the Heat. Oh, okay. Let's go. Confidence. I like it.
It's the Celtics from Boston who find themselves on the road here today for an interconference battle. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball here with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. I'm Kevin Harlan. Taking a look at Portland. This indeed is a tough time for him right now, trying to figure out how to win games. Only one win in their first 9 starts. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Rondo and the Jet, Jason Terry in the back. Bass and KG, the big ticket, patrol the inside. And it's Pierce in at the 3 spot.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Hickson is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Lillard in at the point.
Well, last season was a disjointed one for Blazer fans, but, you know, they support their team so well that even last season they had that frenzied atmosphere in Rip City. That's why it's one of the toughest places in the league to play.
Here's the Trailblazers with the ball. 4-point game. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
And they drew so many fouls in that game, guys. That was one area that really stood out when you watched it.
Yeah, guys, to me, that was just a case of lack of discipline on the other side. I can't say any more than that on it.
And Portland, you look at the city, and it's all about the Blazers, certainly, and they're the main attraction there, certainly in the Pacific Northwest now with no Seattle. It's all Blazer basketball. And the fans, Clark, really support them in a major way.
And it makes a big difference, Kevin. You know that, a live building where the fans are behind you, even in a down year for the Blazers. They were tough at the Rose Garden. They won 20 and lost 13 there, and part of it is because of the way the fans respond to them.
Bass's shot, good.
Man, shoot.
Bass has got his second bucket of the game to go.
That jump shot's like a layup for him when the defense backs off like that.
Lillard dishes to Hickson. He kicks to Matthews, and he converts the layup.
Great move to get to the bucket and lay that one in. He's got the softest touch around the basket. Impressive.
Well, it was the Boston Celtics winning their last game against the Raptors.
You know, it's hard to lose a game when you shoot the ball as well as they did in that one.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. I mean, shot making can cover over a multitude of sins. The percentage they shot from the floor is one you might talk about an individual player having, not the entire team.
That's that shit I don't like.
Significant laps there on the defensive end, guys.
Yeah, those are the ones you just can't allow them.
You know, if you're giving up dunks and layups defensively, you're in huge trouble.
And you know, looking at J.J. Hickson, he spent 1 year at North Carolina State, and you can really see how much muscle he's put on his frame since he came into the NBA. He's really filled out
It's a
nice.
long game. Some rusty. He played in about 2 weeks.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Leonard, he's checked in for Hickson. And Ronnie Price is subbed in for Lillard. Here's Lee. LaMarcus grabs the miss.
And Hickson is a good rebounder, still learning how to maximize his talents, but he's a big, strong, athletic forward with a lot of potential. Yeah, saw just a little bit of daylight, went right to the rim.
Here's Lee, following the basket by Nicholas Batum. Here's Pierce, cans the shot with nobody near him.
Oh, now let's go.
Pierce has got his first 2 points. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Guys, I caught up with Doc Rivers for a minute. He talked about the respect he has for the game of LaMarcus Aldridge and how tough it will be for them to slow him down, saying Aldridge is tough because he can score facing up or with his back to the basket. And with his length, it's tough to bother his shot. We'll look to deny him the ball when we can and just try to make it as hard as possible every touch. Kevin, we'll see how successful they are.
Thanks again, Doris. Out of bounds, Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You look at the Grizzlies.
I'm so rested right now. It's
There's the
ridiculous.
Celtics. 2.5 games away.
And I'm rested.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Clark, this is the first they're seeing of Boston. Not a look now for Portland. Jared Jeffries, he's checked in for Aldridge. And it's Sasha Pavlich checking in for Nicholas Batum. Then for the Celtics, Leandro Barbosa. He's checked in for Pierce. And it's Terry in for Rajon Rondo. It's blocked.
Wow.
That's a 2 from Matthews. And Lee pulls it down.
Well, he's wide open there, but really struggles from that range. Maybe there's a reason he's open.
Gets it to go. The Trailblazers have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter.
That bullshit.
Well, he's been trying to add that mid-range shot to his arsenal, but it still isn't there.
Lee kicks to Barbosa. Kicks it out to Terry. In for the dunk.
Boy, from him, that's a really special finish.
Yeah, he's not usually someone who plays above the rim.
Yeah, but obviously he's capable of it. We just don't see it too often.
And Matthews kicks to Jeffries. A rebound by Jeff Green.
Well defended, and he's not someone who responds well to that kind of defensive pressure.
Here's Terry. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
The first quarter where you call it timeout. That is so stupid.
Here, the Blazers decide to talk it over.
Chuck up
He
his
just is not happy without how his team is executing. And they've been on the wrong side of this run. It's time for a momentum shift.
You know, sometimes just getting off the court, taking a break, and coming back out fresh will give you a chance to pull together.
Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play.
playing with the rustiness.
Out in front.
Started second quarter 16-13.
We've got more
We up.
for you right after this. Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. When you consider how the Celtics are doing, Steve and Clark, your thoughts?
Now the key has been the rebounding department. This club dominating the paint area. And if this continues, they'll be in great shape.
Well, they've done 2 things. They've limited second chances, and they've been able to flex their muscle down low.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. Brandon Vance and Kevin Garnett, the duo
Proof.
inside. Rajon Rondo is out there with Lee. And it's Pierce in at the 3, the small forward.
You know, throughout the history of the NBA, the Celtics have been such a constant presence in the postseason that it's hard to imagine the playoffs without seeing the green. Every year the players change, but the Celtics mystique is always in it, and that team is always hanging around. What a talented leaper. Loves to climb up and throw it down. Man.
Oh, Clark, he gets up so quickly, doesn't he?
Yeah, like a pogo stick.
Oh, my gosh, not a lot of point guards in the league can jam like he can.
That's for sure.
And he's able to finish, guys, amongst all the big fellas in the paint. Just amazing athleticism. Looked like he rushed that one, guys. The defense was out of position. He was wide open, just couldn't take advantage.
It's really the mark of a great franchise. Boston expects great things from the Celtics each year.
What?
And more often than not, Steve,
I didn't need
Yeah,
timeout.
you don't get all those banners that they have in that building without executing in the postseason. That's what this Celtics team has done the last few years. They play together, they played hard, they defend, and they're at their best when their best is needed.
Luke Babbitt, he's checked in for Portland. The Celtics also changing it up. Green comes in for Brandon Bass. And it's Terry in for Courtney Lee. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kevin Garnett seemed reinvigorated in last year's playoffs. Really played well. He said, I put a lot of work into my craft. I take it very seriously. I always have. It's almost like you guys are shocked. It does come off disrespectful at times. You have no idea what you're doing when you say those old comments. I don't read your columns, but it gets back to me. Guys, KG, always motivated.
And sometimes he takes that motivation from the doubters. A good way to motivate us. Thanks, Doris. Here's Babbitt. Another shot.
I'll tell you guys, it's great to see Jeff Green back on the court after missing all of last season following a very serious heart surgery. They repaired an aortic aneurysm, something that a few other NBA players have dealt with, including Ronnie Turiaf. So hopefully he'll be healthy and back on his game this year.
Rondo drives in. Terry, defended by Batum, shoots. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Aldridge, the pass to Lillard. Back to Aldridge. Outside, Batum. A floater, but they recover it.
Gotta love the teardrop. Just put it right over the defender.
Celtics leading by 3. Right side, Pierce. Takes the turnaround J, and that one's good. Pierce has got 6. And Jeff Green, kind of a combo forward, played a lot of power.
Man, I'm so rusty. Terrible.
More at small forward, it seems like.
I ain't get off thick hold. You get on my 2K.
Versatility. It's so valuable to have a guy like him, Kevin. I think he's a little better defensively on the perimeter than he is on the post, in the post rather, but coaches can look at the matchups and determine where to play him situation by situation, and he can add value to you.
Lee dishes to Green. No good from 18. Trailblazers trailed by 5. Matthews, no good.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
That's good. Lee's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And I think his strength, Kevin, is his ability to deliver in catch-and-shoot situations. He's very reliable in that regard, so that gives the offense some flow.
And I also think he might have played a little football, Steve, because he's excellent at intercepting passes. I mean, that seems to be his calling card defensively.
He may want to
I
start
forgot how to
turning
alley-oop.
the ball around a little bit. His shot is off right now.
And an interesting look here at the top assisting point guards this season. Setting up teammates, being a playmaker. What are the hallmarks of being a premier point guard in the NBA? Number 1, Rajon Rondo.
You know, for the purists out there, he has really been fun to watch with the ball in his hands. He can make any pass on the court, and he creates so many easy baskets for his teammates.
Yeah, you know, I'd love to know, Steve, how many of their baskets have come as a direct result of one of his passes. I know it's a bunch. Their offense isn't near what it is without him at the wheel.
Boy, I just love watching Paul Pierce play. He scores in so many ways. In transition, spot up three-point shooting. He'll get to the foul line. But where he's at his best, I think, is in the mid-range, where he uses his incredible strength to bully his way to exactly the right spot he needs to knock down that shot.
Jason Terry. He's checked in for Leandro Barbosa. And Lillard kicks to Hickson. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers.
Boy, his reaction time to that pass was so quick. Good work.
That mid-range still there.
You can't fault what he's been doing out there. Some really
Let's go.
impressive shooting.
Shot
Oh,
to
yeah.
stop the run. And good on the basket. Book it. 7 points for Lillard.
And there he goes. He didn't get a 3 in the first, but starting to look for it here.
And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. Pierce for 3. And it's going to be out
Oh,
of bounds. The
bad.
Trailblazers will take it.
I'm so good.
Now, here's Hickson. Outside for Batum. The 3. And he beat the buzzer, but it's no good.
Escape the first half. What do you need? Don't know how.
Celtics lead by 9.
Up by 9
Time
points.
break.
That's
And the
one,
third
two,
quarter
three.
soon to follow, right here on
Oh,
2K
man.
Sports. And the third quarter about ready to get underway. We've seen Jason Terry really have a great game.
Yeah, the points have really come in bunches for him so far, and not really a surprise because you know exactly what he can do.
Well, he's been in the groove all game long, Steve, and not too many hiccups in regards to his shooting, but we also have come to expect this from him, so we're not surprised by it.
Lillard and Matthews pair up in the backcourt. Batum and Aldridge are small and
All right, slow it down, slow it down.
And it's Hickson in at the 5 down low. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, guys, the Portland Trailblazers, a team that's gone through its share of turmoil, from front office turnover to injuries to their star players, but franchise big man LaMarcus Aldridge says that he loves the chemistry they have in the locker room, saying, quote, "There's no
That was my fault. I didn't work that down to the middle.
and we have a bunch of
They
guys
run the zone
who know
right.
their role, who are happy in their role. That's been hard in the past. We've had guys who wanted more, and that can mess up chemistry. I like this team a lot. We have great chemistry, get along well, and I feel we are going to win a lot of games, too. Kevin, we'll see."
A lot of talent, Doris. They're keeping them all working together.
I'll tell you, it had been some time coming, but really last year, the dominant core that the Celtics had been built around started to show their age at times.
Here's Terry. The 18-footer is right on the mark. Terry's got 12 points in the game.
It's still early on in the season, Kevin, but let's take some time to look
car
at where the
is in.
Celtics sit right now. First in assists, fourth in field goal percentage. And they also show up in the top 5 in not giving up the ball. This is a low turnover team. They value possessions, and they really concentrate on taking care of the rock.
Yeah, and the one thing that really jumps out at me when you talk about all these stats, Clark, is the assists. And this is a team that has been very unselfish. They're sharing the ball, they're moving, they're really getting a good flow to their offense. And as a result, they're finding pretty high percentage shots almost every possession.
And the shot is good. And now it's just a 4-point Celtic lead. And the Celtics, Steve, as you mentioned, they seem to realize that the window is closing as the team got older. In fact, there is some age on there, and hopefully they can navigate that and play a few more years together.
Yeah, well, at the trade deadline, they explored a lot of options to maybe try to get younger to bring some youth in, but they decided to stick
All right, call timeout.
at a strong playoffs and now a new look roster, some new pieces, but still equipped to compete.
And it's Rondo penetrating. Here's Bass. No good, unable to end this run. The Trailblazers have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Miami. And, of course, the Trailblazers tied right now. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Aldridge, the pass to Lillard. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And LaMarcus Aldridge is such a versatile scorer offensively. He's increased his range the last few years. He can step out to about 20 feet, knock down a jumper.
I shit off his blessings, man.
Releases the
Come
ball
on.
so high on that jump shot. But he's also got those post moves down on the block. And the Blazers really like to put the ball in his hands and run their offense through him.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Leonard, he's checked in for Hickson. Jeffries comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Sasha Pavlovich, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And Ronnie Price has subbed in for Lillard.
Defensively, guys, they just don't seem to be giving the same kind of effort that they were in the first half of the game.
And back to Aldridge, such an asset for a team to have such a go-to big man offensively.
It really is, Kevin, because a lot of teams don't have that. They can't run their offense through the post. It gives you a great option in the half court and really it allows you to play smash mouth basketball.
And here's the fast break. Price leading the way. No good.
Well, at least he had the presence of mind to change his shot when the defense got on him. You got to improvise sometimes.
Lee, that's good.
Well, I tell you what, this team has done a really good job of taking what's available in the mid-range game.
Yeah, sometimes you can't get all the way into the paint, so you've got to pull up and shoot those mid-range shots, and they're doing a nice job of knocking them down. Boy, they have just gone crazy from three-point range since coming out of the halftime break.
Boy, it's been 1-3 after another, Steve, an absolute barrage.
Got a piece of it. Terry dishes to Lee. From downtown, they get the rebound. And Sullinger kicks to Green. The baseline jumper goes down.
This This game very well could come down to a few possessions, and if that's the case, rebounding could play large.
Yeah, in a close game like this one, securing the ball is so vital.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Lee outside, and that one's good. Lee's got 5
Need
points
that.
in the quarter.
But with the
Keep that.
defense recovering into the lane, you've got a wide open shooter at the three-point line.
Now Matthews, 13 points in the game. He dishes it to Pavlovich. Back to Matthews. He gets it up. And no good trying to get that one. It's all time.
Escaping time. I'm so rusty.
Don't go.
Ah. Time taking Pierce now. Pierce time.
And so it's Boston with it. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. Bass and KG, the big ticket, patrol the inside.
Oh no, might be Rondo time.
Rondo
Oh.
and the Jet, Jason Terry in the back. And it's Pierce in at the 3. Portland trailing here. Lillard, the pass to Batum.
How's that
Layup
good?
for 2.
It's been a little too easy for them inside, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so, Steve. I mean, they've really dictated the action in the paint. That's been their focus, and the defense hasn't mounted much resistance at all.
And Matthews kicks to Aldridge. Back to Matthews. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Batum for 3. The feed to Lillard. Over Terry. And the basket by Lillard. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
In the first half, they shot a little over 30%. That's dismal. That's obviously not the start that you want to see. But they've settled down here in this second half, getting some good looks, and they've started to knock them down.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first foul of the game. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Back to Aldridge. Outside
Wow.
Batum. Aldridge dishes to Matthews. Lillard. He feeds it to Aldridge. Outside Matthews. There's the dish to Batum. And there's the pass to Hickson. Over Terry. Goes up again. And it's put in by Aldridge.
Bullshit.
They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
Offensively, guys, it seems like they've turned a corner.
Yeah, much better
Thank
half
you,
since they
man.
changed baskets. I mean, they're looking very strong and confident.
He's a bit short for the power forward spot, but his great leaping ability more than makes up for it.
And Batum kicks to Lillard. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers.
Can't shoot this hard, man. So rusty.
Courtney Lee, he's checked in for Jason Terry. Now a timeout called by Portland. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, I had a chance to find out what the Trailblazers head coach was going over with his guys. He laid out the X's and O's and told them, we're still alive, guys. We've just got to work together, trust each other, and play our backsides off. Kevin, we'll see if they've got enough in the tank to get over the top.
The Celtics shooting 47%, pretty solid. Pierce with it, and Batum picks him up defensively. And Pierce backs in. No one near him. That's good. And this game is tied up now. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Matthews passes to Lillard. Passes it to Aldridge. It's stolen by Bass. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Quick shot.
Let's
Again,
go.
the Celtics good for 2.
Well, after
Man.
the poor first half, he's bounced back. He's having a nice second half here.
And Lillard kicks to Matthews. Kevin Garnett with the steal. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Rondo's running.
That's
That one's
cool.
good by Pierce.
Yeah.
Costly mistake at the other end to set up that fast break.
That's what you want to do after a turnover. Push the ball up the floor and strike quickly.
And Matthews kicks to Batum. Garnett comes over to help. And here's Matthews, the 3. They get it back. It's stolen by Rondo.
for a point guard, you love LUV. That finish. Wow.
Yeah, he's really been able to get off his feet and sky. Something to watch.
Incredible athleticism, both laterally and vertically.
Jason Terry is checked in for Boston. Rondo kicks to Pierce and powered down the jam.
Let's go.
And another quick strike for them. No question which team is running the fast break better here today.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been lethal in transition, Steve. It's one of the reasons they're out in front.
Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And pushing it up, here's Boston. The big dunk at the end of the break.
Another bucket there, trying to extend this lead, guys.
I like what they're doing. I mean, putting together a run here, building that lead. They could get to the finish line comfortably. You can really see that his confidence is at a high level here in this half. He didn't have a three in the first.
A shot by Batum, no good. Boston's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Got that one up quick. And the Celtics lead by 15.
Yeah, that should definitely do it. Now
That
it's
that
starting to
bush
get out
finally
of
got
hand.
shaken off.
Yeah, they're not just running to the finish line. They're running through the finish line right here. They're piling it on a bit.
Pierce. And the layup falls.
Not much drama left in this one, guys.
No, it hasn't quite exactly been a nail-biter. I mean, it's going to be a great win for them, though.
Back to Hickson. Dishes it to Lillard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. And there's Terry for 3. Pierce. No good. From the other side of the floor.
Boy,
Off on that
got
one.
back
And so
hard to
Boston
win today.
easily grabbing this
Peace
one.
out, y'all.
They put on a show tonight.